Alright, guys, another match. I actually got an offer or a challenge to not cuss for 35 minutes. If I did, Seafood and Butter said they would give me 115 bucks, but it didn't confirm the terms, so. Yes, Cal Links, I believe that Knights of the Old Republic playthrough, until the point where I couldn't do it anymore because the mod wouldn't work, is live on DSPGaming on YouTube if you search for it. I think I was only like 8 hours in, something like that, so I was really just the beginning of the game still. Oh, man, that's a deadly question. Popsicolo says Subway or Domino's. I guess it depends. Domino's only if you're going to get the New York-style pizza, because their New York-style crust at Domino's actually isn't bad. It's the other crust that's gross. But if you're not getting New York-style crust, then I guess Subway. And just try to get some of the good stuff, which is very few and far between. Most of the stuff they have is terrible. I actually like their Italian BMT sandwich. I load it up with, like, lettuce, tomato, onion, those little pepperoncini peppers. They used to have these like tangy peppers. They don't have them anymore. They got rid of them, which is ridiculous. They were perfect on that sandwich. Then I usually do a little bit of mayo and oil and vinegar, and that's a really good sandwich at Subway. But that's one of the very few. They have almost no good sandwiches. They're really bad. So that's like the rare sandwich that's decent. Why? Why shotguns? Why? Yeah, I agree. The Italian BMT is the best. Corian says it too. I know, man. It's the best sandwich they have. Seriously, because like the chicken at Subway is completely flavorless. It doesn't even taste like chicken. It tastes like air or rubber. The steak is gross. It's like really dried out rubbery steak. The same thing with the pastrami. Oh my god! Don't even ask me about the pastrami. It's so fatty and rubbery and nasty. It just doesn't taste good. The turkey's okay. The ham is okay. The salami and pepperoni, all that stuff. Like, all the regular, cold cut lunch meats are okay. They're passable. They're not great. The vegetables are hit or miss. It depends. Sometimes they're fresh, sometimes they're not. I don't really even like Subway's bread. I don't. Used to be way better. See, a lot of people don't realize this is not a lie or a story I'm making up. I grew up, growing up 1 block away from the original Subway. Yes, in Connecticut, I lived 1 block away from the original Subway store. It was located in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And it was a corner store. It used to be called Pete's Subs. And a guy named Pete owned it, and he would make these insanely huge gourmet subs. Fresh baked bread from local bakeries would come in every morning. He would hand cut your meat for you right there in front of you. Okay? And then he kept growing and growing and growing and doing more and more franchises to the point where he couldn't maintain quality anymore, and he just didn't care. He was filthy rich. So he's like, screw it, just let all the quality drop off. I don't care. And that's what happened. And now Subway is, like, terrible. It really is. And the guy's filthy rich. He doesn't care. But originally, it was a really amazing place. Yes, Big Apple Juice Tommy. I have streamed horror games with Facecam and all that. In fact, a lot of the times, horror games were the games that were the ones I would stream with Facecam because people wanted to see my reaction when something silly or crazy happened. Even before I was doing Facecam for everything like I do now, I would every once in a while do a horror game with Facecam just so people could see my reactions. So going back to Subway, my mom used to really love their tuna salad. She would get a tuna salad foot-long sub with lettuce, tomato, pickles, and American cheese. She would get it warmed up. Because what she would do is we would get it and then we would take it home. And she would like have the oven on to cook like other stuff. And she would put it on top of the oven so the sub would warm up just sitting on top of the oven. But that way it wouldn't get like too melted. She would eat like a warm tuna salad sub with melted cheese and everything. It was crazy good. My dad used to get the cold cut combo, and I don't remember. I think I used to sometimes get tuna or something else too. I'm not sure what I would get, honestly. But they were way better back in the day. The bread, I'm not even exaggerating, used to be big beaded. You know, you see that bread that has like big like lumps all over it. The big, actually, like if you're gonna get a giant sub sandwich, that's what the bread used to look like. Used to be absolutely amazing. But now, they're just so bad. Serious. Most of the stuff in there is old as hell, dried out. They don't even have the goods. Like, I couldn't even believe when I used to get Subway in Connecticut, right? They used to have all these other ingredients. They got rid of them. They don't have the sweet peppers anymore. They don't have all the sauces anymore. Like, they got rid of half the stuff. Like, what are you doing? Moomat did a 25-bit cheer and said H. Okay, then. Thank you, Moomat. Moomat did another cheer and said H. By the way, I have no idea if we're doing a no-swear challenge or not, because I don't know, we never heard the criteria for the challenge, so I'm not doing it yet. Moomat did another cheer, said H. What's up with H? You like the letter H? Is today's stream brought to you by the letter H? Dude, I'm so in trouble now. Are you kidding me? Look where I am! Ah! Now that's ridiculous. There's no way I could get out in time. I'm dead, man. I am dead. ISD Captain is asking, will I have any special Twitch series like I did with Ask the King or DSP Tries It on YouTube? You mean like Twitch exclusive series? I don't know. Like anything I do on Twitch, I can easily just record and upload to YouTube later. So it's not like it would be a Twitch exclusive series. You know what I mean? Like I would say tonight, this session of gameplay that we're doing right now, this is definitely a more Twitch-centered session. Because people who aren't watching it live won't get the same experience. You guys get to interact with me and ask me questions and hear live answers. That's why you guys like this kind of stream, right? But someone watches this on demand on YouTube, they don't have an opportunity to ask a question. It happened in the past. So for them, this is probably boring. So really, it's these more interactive style game sessions like PUBG that are kind of like the Twitch exclusive stuff. King Swag is cheered, and he said, do you think the Sony exclusives follow the same formula? People seem to think that. People seem to group God of War into the, oh, now you have a kid, so it's like the Last of Us category. What? Why? Just because he has a kid, it's like the Last of Us? Says who? I hate to tell you guys this, but there have been great stories for probably ever since humans existed about parenting stories. You know what I mean? And they weren't all copied off The Last of Us. Not every single parenting story in a video game is a copy of The Last of Us. Just because The Last of Us is like one of the most notable ones doesn't mean that every game is biting off The Last of Us. You know what this reminds me of? This is really true. When I started on YouTube, 2008, I was putting up gameplay videos. I'm not kidding you. People were leaving this comments like this on my video. Oh, you're just trying to copy off the angry video game nerd. And I was like, now wait a minute. So I do live, raw gameplay, unedited, no scripted comedy. It's all improv commentary over the gameplay that I do, okay? There's no editing, there's no skits. I'm not dressing up. I'm not even on camera for this stuff. Like, exactly how is this like the angry video game nerd? It's not at all. But the thing is, people back then, because the angry video game nerd was the only guy who was getting popular for doing gameplay style videos on YouTube, anyone who did gameplay on YouTube is copying the angry video game nerd, according to those people, okay? So it's kind of the same thing. So because there aren't a lot of video games with strong parenting style plot lines, any game that has anything to do with parenting has copied the Last of Us, right? Cal Links just cheered. He said, haha, The Last of Us copied the Walking Dead game, see? There you go.